Right now at 10, a record amount of heavy snowfall causes power outages around the Coulee region. Crews continue their work to get everyone back up and running. And the outgoing La Crosse school board members debate increasing how much future board members should be paid to serve. Plus, celebrating success. A Prairie du Chien school recognizes the title-winning Special Olympics basketball team.
We're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Many Coulee region residents were waiting for their power to be restored after Sunday's record snowfall. News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to Xcel Energy to find out when those could turn their lights back on.
April 17th, 2022 can be considered an average day.
So kind of a mix of sun and clouds through the day.
Temperatures were in the 50s with some rain.
And looks like we're going to stay dry tomorrow and most of Sunday as well.
April 17, 2023 is a different story.
Snow removal folks had taken their plows off the trucks and kind of thought that this was the end of it, but here we have it.
On Sunday, record-setting snow swept across the Coulee region.
When I got up this morning, we had 14 inches on the back of our deck.
For some, shoveling the evidence of this winter storm wasn't the only problem.
Later last night, we started getting quite a few outages come in or called in, and then it continued through today.
Thousands of people in the Coulee region and beyond were left with no power.
At the peak, I think we were at about 10,000, and that might have been part of even beyond our area a little bit, and now, like I said, we're down to about 2,500.
While many people were ready to splash into spring.
Well, actually, I'm feeling pretty good, given the conditions that we've had here, but it seems like that's going to be it, I hope.
This April, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Reporting in La Crosse, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
Now, Harrow says this snowfall was especially tough on trees. Many of the outages happened because some tree branches couldn't handle the weight of the snow and then broke, damaging power lines on their way down. Xcel Energy says it hopes to have all power restored by the end of today. Fountain City officials, meanwhile, are asking for volunteers to help businesses and residents prepare for floodwaters. The city is asking volunteers to commit to 2-hour shifts, the first starting 8 a.m. tomorrow. They're hoping for 20 to 30 volunteers per shift. Volunteers should bring a pair of work gloves and a shovel if they have one. The city will provide all other supplies for sandbagging as well as food and water. Anyone interested in volunteering can contact either the mayor, Public Works, or City Hall to sign up for a time. They can also just show up on Liberty Street near the post office and check in that way. We'll post that contact info on our website, news8000.com. And boy, what a difference a couple of days makes, Bill. I mean, we were talking 85, 90-degree weather late last week, and now here we are talking about record snowfall.
Yeah, we've been using the term weather whiplash, and it was in full effect for sure. Again, 90 degrees last week, and then some spots saw over 20 inches of snow, and it was a heavy wet snowfall. That's why we had all the problems with the tree branches and trees damage, and also the power line damage and the power outages. And it was heavy to push around and shovel as well. 10 to 20 plus inches in Jackson County, close to that, those types of amounts in Clark County as well. The heaviest band kind of set up from right near La Crosse up through portions of Trempealeau, Jackson, Clark counties, even parts of Monroe County. And Houston County, 6 to 12 inches. La Crosse and Trempealeau County, 9 to 16 inches plus. 9.5 inches officially out at the La Crosse Airport. 4 to 11 in Winona, and 5 to 10 inches in Vernon County. Dude, Where's My Car? Remember that movie, year 2000? This was near Melrose, and Ken probably had right around that 20-inch amount was the reports right around the Melrose area. So my goodness, that's a lot of snow for any storm, let alone mid-April. Now, that storm has finally pushed off to the east into the eastern parts of the Great Lakes. Still some rain and snow for those folks. Temperatures across the region in the 30s right now. We will see an unseasonably cold night. Lows around 27 degrees. In fact, most spots in the 20s. Back to school for most of you tomorrow. If you had the day off today, 27 at 7 a.m., 43 by lunchtime, 51 in the afternoon. Lots of sunshine and lots of melting going on tomorrow. Unfortunately, I've got some rain in the forecast later this week. I'll detail that coming up.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Bill. Back on the news side of things this evening, the La Crosse School Board voted to approve the district's first wage increase for board members in more than 20 years. The school board had not made any wage adjustments to their members since 1999. Several board members said this item has been put off for years. The proposal would increase future board members' annual salary from $3,480 to $4,000. Board member Annie Bauman says the change amounts to an extra $20 per paycheck. Bauman added the increase could help future board members who need to pay for evening childcare to attend board meetings.
Couple times a month, and you don't count any of the extra stuff, that increase can be impactful for families who need it, and it can be a barrier to people participating in this process.
Bauman added the hours members put in as it increases with the amount of workload amounts to a very low hourly wage if you were to try and math it out that way. Now, some members said they were uncomfortable with the optics of the proposal, but outgoing member Shondell Spivey said the optics would never look good for any board, past, present, or future. That proposal passed 7-1, and the wage increase will go into effect for the incoming school board. The City of La Crosse Fire Department is asking for help in its investigation of a house fire. The fire department is asking people to send them any photos or video of Friday's fire on Brackenwood Court near County Road B. The fire department reported in a release that the fire started around 2:45 p.m. last Friday and the house suffered major damage, but all residents made it out safely. An official tells News 8 Now they don't suspect any foul play here. They believe any photos or video taken before fire crews arrived could help them find out where and how the fire started. So if you have some visual media that could be helpful to them, send them to that email address on your screen. You can also call the number on your screen for more information. Buffalo County Police have arrested a Winona man who allegedly led police on a car chase through 2 counties. A Buffalo County Sheriff's release says 47-year-old Dennis Lemke fled north on Highway 35 during an attempted traffic stop, allegedly throwing bags of suspected methamphetamine out his window. Police called off the chase for public safety, but Pierce County deputies later found Lemke's car abandoned in a field in Salem Township. K-9 units later found Lemke lying down on a hillside, and police made the arrest. Per the release, Lemke was on probation for 2 drug-related cases in Pepin County. The Minnesota Court of Appeals has upheld Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin's second-degree murder conviction for the killing of George Floyd in 2020. A 3-judge panel also affirmed Chauvin's 22.5-year sentence. His attorney had asked the appeals court to throw out all of his convictions for a long list of reasons, including the massive pretrial publicity. But the appeals court sided with prosecutors who said Chauvin got a fair trial and just sentence. The defrocked Roman Catholic cardinal in the face of the church's clergy's sexual abuse crisis has been charged in Wisconsin with sexually assaulting an 18-year-old man. A criminal complaint filed Friday alleges that in 1977, Theodore McCarrick fondled a man while staying at a cabin in southeastern Wisconsin. The alleged victim, who was not named, told investigators that McCarrick had repeatedly sexually assaulted him when he was 11 and even brought him to parties where older men sexually assaulted him. McCarrick was removed from the priesthood in 2019 after a Vatican investigation found he had molested adults and children. McCarrick was the highest-ranking Roman Catholic official in the U.S. to face criminal charges for sexual abuse after accusations in 2021. The church has confirmed it made financial settlements with adults who accused McCarrick of sexual misconduct. Wisconsin Democrat Tammy Baldwin announced her intention to run for re-election in the U.S. Senate last week. Will Keneally now explores Baldwin's fundraising ability and which GOP candidates could challenge her.
I think it was widely expected that Tammy Baldwin would run again.
That's because she's a top-tier candidate for Democrats. UW-La Crosse political scientist Anthony Tragosky says part of that is the fundraising totals that she can put up.
I think people have been really impressed by Tammy Baldwin's political talent, her ability to connect with different people all over the state. And so she can run a statewide campaign in a way that many Democrats have been criticized for not doing.
And Democrats need that. They have a razor-thin majority in the U.S. Senate. Of the 34 seats up next year, Democrats have more to lose. And there's a presidential race next year.
The risk for Baldwin is that she would be dragged down by Biden's low approval ratings if Biden does have low approval ratings in November 2024.
But Tragosky says Baldwin has done a good job creating her own political brand. Now, who would challenge her?
Mike Gallagher, yes. Everyone is watching Mike Gallagher.
He's another one of those top-tier candidates on the Republican side. A good fundraiser, politics that appeal to a broad base.
But the big risk is that as a member of the House, you don't want to give up your seat in order to run a losing campaign.
We've also seen abortion dominate politics in the last few months, with Baldwin playing a key role. Now, how will that shape 2024?
I do not expect the politics of abortion to be settled or resolved in any sense within the next 2 years. So I think the issue is going to change over time.
Coming up, a potential game changer in healthcare. A software giant partnering with Microsoft for artificial intelligence that could overhaul your future checkups.
Create the ultimate backyard getaway with 11% off everything at Menards. We have the best selection of decking, blocks, grills, and outdoor furniture to transform your yard from ordinary to extraordinary. Head to the garden center and check out all the plants and soils you need to keep your garden growing strong. Add a finishing touch with a 6-piece patio set, just $499.99 after 11% rebate. Save big money on your next project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Sinking driveway? Call American Waterworks. Settling patio? Call American Waterworks. Uneven pool deck? Call American Waterworks. Collapsing stoop? Call American Waterworks. Cracking sidewalk? That's right, call American Waterworks. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks. Call American Waterworks today.
A healthcare software giant is working with another mega corporation to develop AI that could listen to your concerns and then draft medical responses. Catherine Merck has more.
We are able to possibly change some of the administrative burden, some of the overload that we might have on clinicians.
Through AI technology, Epic Systems says a collaboration with Microsoft will help respond to patients. The medical software company says during the pandemic, there was an increase in telehealth options that this kind of technology could help assist.
We've really helped to empower patients by having them be able to contact their clinicians whenever they need to. And because of that, message volumes have gone up.
So by starting it small, we manage the risk profile of it while also addressing the workforce shortage.
UW Health is already trying this out.
So the tool is a very simple early start in where we can generate responses on the back end, and every message will be read and reviewed by the provider.
There have been nationwide questions about the use of AI. Earlier this month, President Biden met with scientific advisors to discuss the threats artificial intelligence can possibly pose in its very wide realm.
It remains to be seen.
UW Health says this won't sacrifice actual human interaction when getting care.
I think the concerns are very valid because every tool, sometimes when not used appropriately, can be a risk.
Epic Systems calls it a game changer for the field.
This is a huge change for healthcare.
Interesting stuff indeed from Catherine Merck. Still ahead, you've probably had at least one of these in your life. Big Mac, McDouble, cheeseburger, and you know exactly what you're getting when you roll up to that drive-thru window. But the company jazzing things up.
And boy, Mother Nature, I guess, has been jazzing things up with that weather whiplash from 90 last Wednesday to 40s and 10 to 20 inches of snow across the region over the past 24 hours. What does the next 8 days have in store? I'll have the answer coming up next.
No one gives you more choices than Dahl Auto. We have the best selection in the region with over 400 new vehicles from 9 different brands. Schedule a VIP appointment or buy online at dahlauto.com.
SOS! Help us save our spring at Pleasureland RV. The late winter has our lots stuffed, and we must reduce inventory immediately. Take advantage of these deep inventory reduction discounts and save your summer with Camping Adventure. This Thursday through Saturday, it's an all-out SOS with new travel trailers for just $165 a month. Save our spring, and you'll save your summer during our SOS sales event at all 9 Pleasureland RV locations, best in the Midwest.
Are record high energy and water costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, You might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive. While you may not ask for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to be without heat, water, or power. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.heat.help.
We've got you. It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that your Touchstone Energy Cooperative honors each and every day. When it comes to keeping things running smoothly or getting them back on track when they're not, we've got you. Always. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
The new cars are rolling in at Dahl Auto with over 400 vehicles available. While other dealers have brochures, we have the newest models on the show floor with all the latest technology and safety features. Experience them for yourself at Dahl Auto.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring.
It's an American fast food staple, a burger at McDonald's. You know exactly what to expect when you unwrap one. You can probably taste it right now. But now, some changes are on the way. The major restaurant chain says its signature burgers are getting an upgrade, including softer buns, gooier cheese, and onions added right from the grill. Big Macs will be served with more sauce. The upgrades will be made for the McDouble, Classic Cheeseburger, Double Cheeseburger, and the Hamburger. McDonald's says the new menu will be available across the country by early next year. The movie and TV industry is staring at a possible writers' strike. Members of the Writers Guild of America voted overwhelmingly to strike when their contract expires May 1st. The union's more than 11,000 members seek more pay and better health and pension benefits. The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers says it's trying to work out a fair contract and avoid a strike. Now, the last writer's strike lasted 100 days back in 2007 and forced most of Hollywood to shut down production. And if the sudden snow has you wanting to plan a family vacation, experts say to book sooner rather than later. U.S. domestic fares are projected to surpass pre-pandemic prices for the summer travel season. Experts encourage travel date flexibility. Those can help you find cheaper fares. And some airways are adding more options outside the U.S., so a vacay abroad opposed to Hawaii or Florida could also help you save. And I know my wife and I kind of had that discussion waking up this morning to a multitude of snow.
I think a lot of people did.
You might have seen the photos on Facebook, but it was staggering to see how much snow had actually set.
It really was. I mean, again, as I mentioned earlier, that was a lot of snow across the region for any snowstorm, whether it was in January, December, but my goodness, for mid-April, yeah, that is a lot of snow, and that's why it was record-breaking for many locations, including right here in La Crosse. All right, speaking of some issues, let's talk river flood warnings now. Lots of kind of green outlining the rivers there, indicating river flood warnings. The Wisconsin River is running high in the Juneau and Adams counties area. Also the Chippewa River around Durand down towards the Mississippi. And then the Mississippi is running high all up and down the channel, all the way really from Minneapolis, St. Paul down through our viewing area. In fact, river flood warnings in effect all the way from Wabasha downstream through Winona, Trempealeau, La Crosse, and Prairie du Chien, McGregor as well. All right, here's the latest stages. 14.87 in Wabasha, 15.4 in Winona, 12.78 in La Crosse, 16.45 down to the south, all rising and all above flood stages. Now forecast crest, 15.9 for Wabasha, 18 for Winona, 15.3 here in La Crosse. That would tie the fourth highest crest on record here in La Crosse, and then 21.3 or higher for Prairie du Chien and McGregor. Now I do caution you, take these with a couple shakes of salt, as river forecast crests and dates can be rather changeable. So just keep that in mind. Stay tuned for updates. And if you have interest along the river, definitely stay tuned and be prepared to act if need be. All right, skies are clear. 41 was the high today, so closer to our average low. We should be around 60. 83 and 15 are the records, and 2.5 inches of snow today. Storm total 9.5 inches, and our season total now 63.6 inches. That is 1.5 feet above average. 39 degrees out at the airport, 36 downtown. Winds have gone light, and again, that Mississippi is rising. The Chippewa River is falling in Eau Claire, and your temperature is 38 degrees. So temperatures primarily in the 30s for our area. We had some 40s earlier off to the west, but most spots in the low to mid 30s, even some upper 30s in a few spots. Again, winds have really gone light, so a much calmer night compared to last night, and of course a drier night as well. Look at these forecast lows though, 20s for most. These are unseasonably cold numbers for this time of year. In fact, wouldn't be surprised to see some upper teens in, say, the Black River Falls area down towards Sparta, Fort McCoy, and then low to mid 20s for folks to the north. That storm system is finally pushed off to the east. Still a massive storm system, just not quite as deep and potent as it was when it was closer to us. So that's moving out, but unfortunately some unsettled weather upstream, so to speak, bringing some rain chances by Wednesday and Thursday. Tonight and tomorrow, mainly clear skies, and then some clouds increase tomorrow night, and eventually by Wednesday morning, one band of showers, maybe some isolated thunder moves through, maybe even a mix to the north. That as we head into Thursday, Wednesday night and Thursday, another band of showers and a few thunderstorms at that time. So cold tonight, 20s for lows, 27 here in La Crosse. Lots of melting tomorrow, lots of sunshine, 51. Mid-50s for Wednesday and Thursday, but again, those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. We don't really need any more moisture right now. Kind of crazy that we were begging for moisture last week. Cooler by the weekend, but dry, upper 40s, and then back in the 50s next Monday and Tuesday.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, a former Caledonia standout has a new home. Plus, the Bucks in a series hole against Miami. What's the status of Giannis going into Game 2? Rob answers that next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or specialty care, Mayo Clinic Health System offers the best options for care where and when you and your family needs it.
Get Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And Cheez-It crackers, just $1.99 at Hy-Vee. That's Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And Cheez-It crackers, just $1.99. Tuesday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
It's Ram Truck Month, and that means huge savings on Ram pickups. A 2023 Ram 1500 is up to $10,000 off MSRP. We have over 20 in stock and more on the way. Maybe you need to do some really heavy lifting. Our Ram Heavy Duties are up to $7,000 off MSRP. If an SUV is more your style, 2023 Grand Cherokees and Grand Cherokee L's, $6,000 off MSRP. With great selection and great prices, stop by today at Chrysler Winona, downtown Winona.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Made with American biofuels, E15 saves drivers money, reduces emissions, and creates jobs in rural communities. Last year, when gas prices were spiking, President Biden extended summer sales of E15 and saved drivers nearly $1 per gallon in some areas. We can't afford higher gas prices this summer. We need the Biden administration to act again. Tell Senator Baldwin that President Biden must protect access to E15 and extend savings at the pump.
Get Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And Cheez-It crackers, just $1.99 at Hy-Vee. That's Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And Cheez-It crackers, just $1.99. Tuesday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Best record in the NBA, top seed in the East, home court throughout the playoffs. But after losing their superstar early on Sunday, the Bucks now find themselves in an 0-1 series hole against the 8th-seeded Heat. It all went down early in the first quarter yesterday in Game 1. Giannis going up for the score, coming down hard on his lower back. The two-time MVP would leave the game with what was called a lower back contusion at the time. He didn't return. Just 8 minutes of action for Giannis, and Miami took advantage of it as the Heat steal Game 1 in Milwaukee to go up 1-0. in this best-of-7 series. 130-117 the final on Sunday. But now the focus shifts to Game 2, and all the attention is on whether Giannis will be ready to go come Wednesday night. Here's what Coach Budenholzer had to say about Giannis' status as of today.
He's still sore, but I think progress, and he's getting some treatment, and I think we'll just continue to monitor him for the next 24 next day or two, and probably fortunate that 2 days between games. So I think still mostly positive, mostly optimistic, but we'll see how he feels over the next day or two.
Now, there is some good news. Giannis' MRI coming back clean on Monday, so signs are pointing to him being available for Game 2 on Wednesday night in Milwaukee. As for Minnesota, a late start for the Timberwolves in Denver last night. The Nuggets made it look easy in Game 1. A 29-point victory for the top seed in the West. 109-80 the final in this one. Minnesota had not been held to 80 or fewer points since 2016. Karl Anthony Towns promising things will be different in Game 2. That one takes place Wednesday night as well, this one in Denver. Let's go to the ice. Wild in Dallas for the first round of the playoffs. Minnesota striking first. Kirill Kaprizov gets credit for the tip-in. Wild take a 1-0 lead, but back come the Stars. Dallas on the power play in the second, and there's the equalizer. Stars tie the game at 1-1. Then later in the second, again on the power play, same result for Dallas. This time it's Jason Robertson lighting the lamp. Stars currently have a 2-1 lead late second period. Brewers in Seattle tonight continuing their road trip. Big first inning for the Crew. Luke Voigt getting things started for Milwaukee. He lines it down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. Rowdy Tellez comes in to score to make it 1-0. Then it's Owen Miller coming through with a base hit up the middle. Another run for the Brewers. They'd score 3 in the first, give Corbin Burns a nice cushion. Mariners get one back, though. Cal Raleigh's going to send it high and deep to right. Solo shot cuts the Brewers' lead to 3-1, but don't worry, the Crew get that run back. In the sixth, Brian Anderson staying red hot. Another base hit, this one in the left field. Brewers go back up 3. It's currently 4-2 Milwaukee in the top of the seventh. Big news for former Caledonia standout Eli King, the 6'3 guard. Entered the transfer portal last month after just 1 season at Iowa State. King played in just 9 games with the Cyclones, but chances are he'll see a little more playing time next year, as King will be transferring to North Dakota to join the Fighting Hawks in the Summit League. Well, the Winona State baseball team has won 4 of its last 5 games, but the Warriors series finale against Concordia being canceled today because of the weather in St. Paul. WSU continues its road trip Tuesday, as the Warriors are slated to take on Wayne State for a quick 2-game set. We'll see if Holman grad Rylan Wall can keep up this pace. Wall is 10 for his last 14. He went 5 for 6 last Wednesday, came back Friday, and he did it again. Another 5-hit night. We talked about him last weekend. Yeah. Unbelievable. I mean, 10 for 14 in baseball is tough.
Oh, absolutely. At this level, too. I mean, and to do it consistently right now. But one of the best baseball players of the Coulee region coming out in the last couple of years. Trajectory going up. All the way up.
We got to go to a game next week.
I think so, too. Rob, thanks very much, man. More news right after this.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Let's go. We're going to make you laugh. And the biggest stars in country music, they all come by here.
Really? Yeah. Shut up.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford truck to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block, sticking windows or doors. Settling or sinking foundation, it's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks.
Provia offers an endless selection of steel and fiberglass entry systems. Every door is custom manufactured with the color, style of glass, and hardware you've chosen. They are as durable as they are beautiful. Maximum performance requires proper installation. Our installers are factory trained and certified by Provia. See and feel the quality of Provia doors in our showroom. Provia entry doors, patio doors, and windows are the best of the best when installed by the Board Store's factory-trained installers. The Board Store, improving your home, improving your life.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Losing a loved one is difficult. Remember the good times and life accomplishments of those who have passed by visiting the News8000.com obituaries page. Brought to you by Celebration of Life events at Celebrations on the River.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. We are just the family sitting around the table.
Best answer ever!
We're always fun.
Oh my God!
Hi, it's Elvis Duran from the Mix Morning Show. Wake up with us every morning on Mix 96.
The Advocacy Center of Winona is working to paint the town teal. Families were invited to empower victims and survivors of sexual and domestic violence at Island City Brewing Company tonight. People at the event wore teal ribbons to support survivors. And the Advocacy Center's co-chair says this is a chance to break the stigma.
A lot of people are actually victims and survivors of this, and we often don't talk about it, and it is something that I think we all need to come together and support each other through.
The Advocacy Center of Winona say they work to advocate for survivors and create a safer community for all. They've got more events coming up later this month. We've got the list on News8000.com. And one Prairie du Chien team is getting some well-deserved recognition. The area's Special Olympics basketball team took home the championship at this year's state tournament. It was the squad's first ever state appearance. Bluffview Middle School students and staff hosted the champions with a celebratory pep rally today. One player says it was exciting to have all the kids recognize the whole team.
Kids actually that I met at the park that said hello to me and said I was the GOAT.
And Chase says he was proud of how his team passed the ball throughout and got everybody involved to win it all. We'll be right back.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
No one gives you more choices than Doll Auto. We have the best selection in the region with over 400 new vehicles from 9 different brands. Schedule a VIP appointment or buy online at dollauto.com.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Have you ever met with a mortgage loan officer and after only 2 or 3 minutes, they push your papers towards you and say, "We can't help"? At Firefighters Credit Union, we call that the big push. When you meet with Matt Farron or Troy Arns, they know you deserve a lot of time and know you're going to be ready for a mortgage someday. So I guarantee you, you'll never get the big push at Firefighters Credit Union.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union. This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Closeouts and clearances, deals and sales, pickup or delivery. It's tax return season at Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop great prices on Ashley, Cat Hamper, and Best Craft Furnishings. Buy sectionals, sofas, and recliners with power options. Accessorize with pieces like lamps, hanging art, and the area's largest selection of rugs. Winter is the best time to get cozy in a new mattress. Try out hybrid, double-sided, and all-foam mattresses on an adjustable base today. Family and veteran-owned, Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet, Black River Falls.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
The new cars are rolling in at Dahl Auto with over 400 vehicles available. While other dealers have brochures, we have the newest models on the show floor with all the latest technology and safety features. Experience them for yourself at Dahl Auto.
Dropping below freezing tonight from about 3 to 8 a.m. In the upper 20s here in the Cross. In fact, most spots will bottom out in the 20s, so hopefully you haven't put the scrape brush and brush away yet. You probably had to find it this morning, that's for sure. Extra minute or two, unless you haven't cleaned your car off, you'll need several minutes. 51, sunny tomorrow, rain back in the picture Wednesday and Thursday.
Last word?
All right, Wild just tied it up. We got a series in Dallas 2-2. Brewers are up 6-2.
We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.